It's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. It's about 11:23 at night. Um, it's still Christmas Eve. Um, I just wanted to make this quick video because I haven't really talked about it too much, but I just want to just make a quick video talking about this year. Most importantly, my boot camp experience. And yeah, I'm still a boot. Fucking whatever. You know. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and just talk about my experiences for a bit. It's probably not gonna take. I'm probably gonna make this like a 5 or 6 minute video. So so on October 23rd of last year, 2014, I swore into the United States Marine Corps, the military. In January 5th of this year, of 2015, I went to MCRD San Diego to undergo recruit training, Marine Corps recruit training. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and just talk about how it was for me. I know there's tons of videos out there, but they're all a little bit different. A lot of people had different experiences and whatnot. It's basically all the same though, but I know some people haven't heard or didn't get a chance to talk to me about it, and that's fine. But I've only been back for a couple months, 2 months. So let's see. So January 5th, we woke up. 0 dark 30. It's dark, really dark outside. Um, you know, Actually, yeah, we woke up early. We went back to the hotel that we were at, or we woke up from the hotel, had some breakfast. I barely ate, I was nervous. And then we went to MEPS. So if you don't know what MEPS is, it's Military Entrance Processing Station, I want to say. It's basically where you go to do all your paperwork for the military. So we went to MEPS, and then we got our final paperwork, and from there we got on the buses and went straight to MCRD. For me, the bus ride was literally about 15 minutes because my MEPS was so close to, you know, you guys know where I live. I live in San Diego, Chula Vista, whatever. It was all really close. Get on the buses. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we got there. So that, we pull up, we go through the gates. And all I could think to myself was, man, like, this is it. Like, this is it. I'm doing it. Like, there's no going back now. Like, this, I immediately regret this decision because I know it was about to happen. So, we pull up outside of the receiving barracks, or like the big red doors. It's not really the same as Paris Island, but it's like the same idea. And we pull up, and the bus stops, turns off, doors open. Just hear like the footsteps, big heavy footsteps, thudding up, and all of a sudden you just see this giant drill instructor silhouetted, standing right there in front of the bus, and gives you the speech. You're now at Marine Corps Recruiting Depot San Diego. You're a recruit, blah blah blah, giving you the speech. And all I remember hearing was, "Get off my, just get off my bus." It's like the PG-13 version or PG version of saying that. So we get off the bus, straight to the yellow footprints, like in all the videos. Yeah, I stood on those. I was more towards the front because I was literally the seat that was in the front of the bus. So I basically was yelled at by the drill instructor to get off the bus because, yeah, I sat next to my friend. Shane Saldana. You guys probably know who that is, but I sat next to him. So we get off the bus, you go through the contraband room, get rid of all of our civilian stuff. It don't matter no more. Obviously, if you had a cell phone, I don't know why you would bring one, but, you throw that away. Not throw it away, but if you had one, then, you're kind of in trouble. If not, you're good. You take everything out of your pockets, whatever, turn all that stuff in. Put that in the little money valuable bag, as they called it, and then next for me, I was on a little working party inside of the office, so I didn't get haircuts right away like the other recruits did when they showed up. Because as soon as the other recruits came in later, more towards the evening, about 7 or 8, they got haircuts right away. I was on a working party for about 3 hours, sorting paperwork, and then we were with some of the last people to get haircuts. So they shaved my head. You know, it's kind of like this, or like there you go, just like this. You know, without actually having hair. So um, yeah. So they shaved my head. Now a recruit. Like I'm no longer. I didn't feel like a person because my head was shaved. I don't know about you, but I don't like not having any hair. It's not really my look. That was like one of the big things that affected me was not having hair because I don't know. That's just part of the process, I guess, to make you not an individual. But so we get all of our stuff. From supply, like they give us all of our uniforms, our covers, um, go fasters, which is like your tennis shoes or sneakers, whatever you want to call them. And then I still have mine, of course, from boot camp. So we got our go fasters, your uniforms. Put those on. You put on go fasters with cami bottoms, your trousers, and a sweat top, which is basically like just a regular Marine Corps sweater without a hood. It's like a crew neck. And you put your glow strap, like ours, we just wore ours across, like on our waists. Like some different companies will have them so you wear them different ways, like this way, or flipped inside out, or whatnot. And then we met our receiving drill instructor, who I remember completely. I'm not going to say who his name was. He was a sergeant, really short guy. Scared the hell out of me, to be honest with you. You can tell he was just real salty. You know, didn't really care. And that's already been about 7 minutes, whatever. And then we met him. We ate. We stayed up that entire night, by the way. Like you stay up the whole night doing paperwork or doing stuff. Like when they say you don't sleep that first night, you really don't. 24 hours, maybe even more, because I had fire watch for 2 hours that first night of sleep. So I was dead tired. Falling asleep while you're standing up was pretty, like deers, like when they get born, like their legs just like don't work. Like that was us, but you're falling asleep. So after receiving, it's just all basic stuff. You do an IST, which is basically just an initial strength test to see how in shape you are. And then they look at you and see how you are, and then they teach you how to make a rack, like all that kind of stuff. They make sure you have all your stuff with you. So when Black Friday hits, which is Black Friday is the day you meet your company drill instructors, like the drill instructors that will be with you for the entire cycle. I remember that day. So they make you do like a walk of shame. Basically, you have all your stuff, 2 sea bags and a war bag, which is basically just a duffel bag, like across your body. You got 2 sea bags, like one on your back and one in your arms. And like, yeah, you look like you're doing the walk of shame. Like nobody's like covered down. Like you guys are just basically just like March of the Penguins to your squad bay. So I was Delta Company. I'm not gonna say which platoon because I don't want my drill instructors being found out or anything like that. So I was Delta. So we went there, and I was scared shitless. So they sat us down in the rows on the quarterdeck, and your company commander, my series commander, I believe it was Captain I'm not gonna say his name. Captain. He was a captain. He came in. All your drill instructors come out. It's very formal. They face you, do all these movements. And they do recite the drill instructor's oath, like I will train these recruits to the best of my ability, blah blah. And then, yeah, and then shit hit the fan. Senior said, like, drill instructors, you got him. Went back in the hut, and shit went fucking crazy. Shit went wild. Sea bags flying everywhere, yelling, spit, screaming. Pretty sure a couple of tears. I don't know. It was crazy. Just getting yelled at. You gotta get used to that. And so the yelling, the screaming, and it's like that for a while, a couple weeks in the first phase. You're not really going to be adjusted to the chaos that's common. So during phase 1, that's when like more of the footlockers get tossed, like stuff gets dumped out, like that kind of stuff. You don't understand why they're doing it until later in the phase, because once you go to phase 2, which is like going up to Pendleton for the West Coast Marines. You go up to Pendleton. That's basically all your combat training. I want to say they teach you how to shoot. You go on your hikes and stuff like that. So you do rifle training. So let's see. I'm a rifle expert. I think I got like a 320 out of 350 on my rifle qual, which is a medium high or medium expert, which I'm totally happy with because that stays with you for your first year in the Marine Corps. So like phase 2, you do your hikes. I'm not gonna say everything about it because it wouldn't be a surprise if you guys knew absolutely everything. So the hikes, they don't mess around with the hikes. Um, Once you go to MCT though, you'll understand they're completely different. They don't fuck around when it comes to hikes at MCT. So you do the hikes, you do rifle training. The range was it was fun shooting. I like shooting. Uh, your PMIs will make sure you are coached because like once you're if you're an O3, this is a big deal because that's like your job. You're a grunt. You need to know how to shoot. But once you go to ITB, you'll figure that out. They'll teach you how to do that really well. And yeah, so phase 2, you do all your field stuff. This is how you this is how you go in formation and patrols. This is how you handle a weapon. This is how you carry 80 pounds or whatever weight on your back for 8 miles, whatever. and then phase 3, come back from Pendleton for phase 3. And that is, you're basically, as one of my drill instructors said, he said that the Marine comes out in phase 2, like your neck gets thicker, they walk a little bit taller, they look a little bit saltier because of like that's like really the hard stuff was phase 2. Physically, that was the harder stuff. That's what he said. He believes that the Marine is made in phase 2, and then phase 3 is basically in their eyes, you're growing beyond their control in a good way. Like you're becoming more disciplined on your own. They expect a lot out of you as a phase 3 recruit because you're like, usually once you're like a phase 3 company, you're like the senior company on deck. Like they're gonna be like, wow, look at Delta Company, or yeah, it was Delta. Look at Delta Company. Look at them, they're phase 3 recruits. Don't you want to be disciplined and be ahead like they are? It's just kind of like you have to set the example being phase 3 recruits because you're almost done. Like there is not really much that can change during that last, I think it was like 4 weeks or 5 weeks. It's technically like 4 because you have Marine Week, but so you have phase 3. I'm not going to go into phase 3 specifics, but you have the Crucible. And that was 54 hours of like non-stop physical activity all day for like the 54 hours, like 2 days and 6 hours. Like first day, complete slave fest. I'm not really going to go into all the activities that they make you do, but there is a lot of walking, I'm going to say that. You're going to be tired. You don't eat. I think I only had maybe like 2 MREs, maybe barely 3 because I don't know. I lost 11 pounds during the Crucible. It kind of it's meant to show you how far you can go without, like how far you can push yourself. Basically, it's like you need to know how far your body can go without putting limits on yourself. Just because like you don't think you can do it, like no, you're gonna do it. You just need to know that you're pretty badass. Like you can go without sleep. I think we only slept for about 4 or 5 hours the entire 3 days. So, yeah, so we wake up on the 3rd day of the Crucible, and that is the last, like, hike that you do. You go up the Reaper. It's basically just a giant mountain that you have to hike up with your pack on. You go hike up that, as long as you make it up without any help, you're good. I did it without any help. I took my time, went up there, didn't want to fall, nope, I went up there, did it by myself. So, and then up there you get your Eagle Globe and Anchor, your Marine Corps emblem. I still have mine. Gonna keep that. And then, yeah, that's basically it. As soon as you get your Eagle Globe and Anchor, you take off your, I think you wear a Kevlar going up. No, it's a boonie cover. You wear your boonie cover going up. And on the hike back, you put on your 8-point, and that kind of symbolizes the transformation that you just did. You know, it's over. The hard stuff's over at least. And then you have Marine Week. It's basically just your last week there, wrapping up with uniform. You have inspections. You know, just stuff to make sure that you actually made the transformation, like the inspections, paperwork. That's really about it. I mean, and yeah, and then after that, graduation. It's a big day, and I was so happy to get out of there because it sucked. Um, it's not meant to be fun, but were there fun experiences that happened? Like yeah, you know, like I met some good people there, some excellent Marines. You know, I still talk to them. I'm actually gonna hang out with them. You know, Saturday. That's cool. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just it's whatever you make out of it. You know, just keep your head up. You know, no matter what they do, just make sure. My only advice to if anybody wants to join the Marine Corps is for basic training, for recruit training boot camp. Make sure you put yourself in a leadership position or a billet, like a job. Yeah, I started off as scribe for the first couple of weeks, I want to say, and then they promoted me to guide for most of the cycle, all of phase 1, and then like a week or two in phase 3, and then they made me a squad leader. And I graduated as a squad leader. They promoted me actually, so I came in as an E1. They made me an E2 at graduation, or you know, during Marine Week. So they promoted me, and that actually helped a lot because I just picked up Lance like this month on the 3rd. So that will help you out if you get that one promotion. That'll make things a little bit easier. And yeah, just make sure you guys, if anybody else really wants to go, keep your head up. Make sure somebody answers the phone when you call home that first day, because they will keep you there until somebody answers, and that's not a lie. They make sure it doesn't matter who you call. I called my mom. You know, said, you know, I started reading off the pen and paper in front of me. You know, she starts crying. You know, hey, you know how it goes. Moms can handle that. So they start. I stumbled over my words a lot. You know, whatever you say, they're not gonna understand what you're saying, but they know what you're saying because they know the process. But make sure somebody's up, you know, to answer. And that's really about it. You know, just keep your head up. It'll be over before you know it. Once you get used to that groove, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm almost out of this place. You know, I never want to go back, but I have to get my uniform stuff. So hey, whatever. But yeah. That was basically my whole experience. I didn't want to go into too much detail, but I kind of just gave you the rundown of what happened. But yeah, that's basically it. See ya.